Hello, my name is Suzanne Armijo. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I'm interviewed several interviewees who have requested to remain anonymous, having some concerns of unethical behaviors occurring in their workplace. These individuals began the interview by stating that they were working in a hostile environment, that they were being mistreated, that their supervisor was utilizing retaliation when they would step up to help others that were being verbally abused in the workplace by their supervisor. They were all at fear of losing their jobs. They reported that there had been other employees also in fear, and many others that have left before them that were too scared to step up to their personal ethical stances. However, this group of individuals decided to do it. They gathered information of all the occurrences. They gathered the behaviors of the supervisor. They read the policy and procedures of the employer. They researched the employer online to understand the vision of the employer, to read the mission statement, to see the values of the employer and the vision for their future. Now, this agency serves individuals with serious mental illnesses, and the whole vision is of healing and recovery. These individuals who are peer case managers are, though, that population who are in recovery. They stated that they cannot let this type of behavior continue in the workplace. Therefore, after gathering all their information and completing their research, they met with me. I asked, let's discuss some of the ethics that are appropriate in the workplace. Let's look up federal and state regulations according to equal opportunity of employees in the workplace. They agreed. We gathered all the information. They came to me, they said they submitted their complaints. Originally, they had stated there were approximately 20 plus individuals that were willing to step up and report the unethical behaviors of this particular supervisor. Hence, when it came down to the appointment with HR, there were 3. After this, they received an email that there would be an investigation and that their names would be protected. Time passed. The employer, who had continued to put pressure on the peer case managers on their production, was reported to be as aggressive. However, let's make this point straight, that aggressiveness and mistreatment came right from the direct supervisor. These employees never questioned it, never thought, should we call HR before in the past, to find out if it was true. Through that investigation, they received a second email stating that the supervisor was falsifying policy and procedures and expectations of the employer. That recovery is number 1. Healing follows under that. Their vision of health and wellness remains. They asked employees again to please be silent through this investigation. Several weeks passed, and behavior seemed to increase negatively. The supervisor would make loud comments such as, "I'm not going anywhere. I will be here for a long time." The employees felt that the information was transferred by HR department to the supervisor, that they were the individuals identified in this investigation. Another several weeks passed, and on one morning, there was an announcement that there was going to be new organizational change. Throughout the day, there were several emails of the new positions that had different names. However, they'd never seen in the emails the direct supervisor's name, that there would be a change in that position. The employees gathered. They said they were exhausted. and were not able to move forward with the organization. They were ready and prepared, not only the ethical stance of reporting the unethical behaviors to human resources, but to submit their resignations. As this was occurring in this conversation, another employee entered the room and stated, "Did you read the email? This supervisor is no longer with the company." It seemed to report by the interviewees that it was a celebration, that in the few weeks moving past that, the morale had changed, that there was no pressure that was once put upon this supervisor, that it was more a recovery-based work environment, that the language was recovery-based. Therefore, they decided to stay. Another few days had passed, and there was a meeting with the administration announcing that there would be financial bonuses and incentives for those who would put forth 100% plus on their production. Keep in mind that the production of these individuals and several others who worked under that particular supervisor, who was no longer employee of Organizational Life, was no longer there, and put so much stress, made it a hostile work environment, that these employees' production were never at 100%. Now there was hope. Work seemed to appear a recovery-based environment for the peer case managers who were in recovery. I, as a consultant reviewing this case, feel that the employees made the right stance by stepping up to justifying the unethical behaviors of Organization Life. Although it wasn't the administration, it wasn't management, it wasn't personnel, HR, it was their direct supervisor, who was fraudulently modifying policy and procedures and expectations of the organization she represented. I'm happy to announce that all the employees recently received their first financial incentive with the new transition organization, Life. And this story does have a happy ending. Myself, as a consultant, also embraces the recovery model in my own workplace. And I feel that if one truly believes in the process of philosophy and specific ethical business and personal practices, one should make ethical stances, even if this is wagered. I also believe that if one does believe in the mission, values, goals, and vision of their employer, and one understands that one should respect their employees and policy and procedures, ultimately it is the employer who pays the individual as its employee. So, and as an employee, one should always have awareness and be cautious when balancing both. Thank you very much.